Let's dive on in.
Dive on in. So, Plimbo, I
Yes.
heard you had notes this session.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm holding them up to the camera now. For all you audio listeners, I have taken notes. Maybe I shouldn't let you read everything I go down here. But
I say, why don't you take the lead?
Sure, I'll take the lead. Season 2, episode 3, The Path. We start off, this is my first note. Why are they washing? They're like washing his corpse's hand at the beginning. I don't really understand the deal with that.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
You see this Asian girl washing his hand, looking at his watch. Tommy comes in and she's like, "Here, you wash his hand now."
Well, maybe it's an elaborate burial ritual.
That the community of Jackson has come up with.
Well, honestly, it could be like a Catholic one, and I just wouldn't know. Like that could be what they do.
Well, I was thinking, okay, maybe she's cleaning him up for some sort of funeral, but it seems like
Yeah.
that doesn't happen. They just throw him in the dirt.
Well, they time skip the funeral. Well, he has a headstone.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, I thought that was strange. I really liked the full circle watch moment, though.
Yeah, that was
Like
nice.
we see it there, we see Ellie inherit it, and it's a real passing of the torch.
That is.
I also
true.
think that gun is fucking sick.
He's got a cool gun.
Like that thing is huge.
I'm just thinking though. You mentioned the graves, the headstones. I
Yeah.
imagine your job in the town of Jackson is headstone maker. Like he was
True.
He was probably he was fiending for weed probably for so long. Everybody was living so well. Then everyone dies, and all of a sudden,
Okay.
oh, I'm the richest man in town. I'm flux with weed now.
That reminds me. So you know the scene when Ellie is talking to the therapist?
Yeah.
And Ellie convinced her to fuck off, and the therapist kind of does this like hand out presenting, telling Ellie that she's now allowed to leave.
Yeah.
I really thought she was asking for payment in weed.
I'm waiting here.
I don't know if maybe it's just me, but it looked like, a give me money hand movement.
Yeah, no, I didn't really pick up on that, but I can totally see that.
I thought it was a great therapist combo, though.
They walked through all the steps. Ellie told her what she wanted to hear.
Yeah,
because she's a pathological liar.
Well, she's smart.
Yeah.
She's upset and sad, to quote her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I still am wondering, does she know? I'm starting to think she does know that Joel killed all those people.
I'm sure she probably assumes Joel did something terrible to save her, right? I don't know if she knows exactly what it is.
You don't think she knows?
No, I don't think she knows exactly what it is.
I'm just skeptical. I really think maybe we're going to flash back and see that's why they started to.
Maybe.
So, Dina's still in the picture.
Yeah, Dina still is in the picture.
No, they're not together.
No.
I have a note for any of our young listeners.
Okay.
Which is, if anybody ever asks you if they're a good kisser and to rank them out of 10, you say 10 every time. It doesn't matter.
Well,
like, rookie mistake at Ellie.
6 is crazy.
Yeah, honestly, you might as well have said 2. Like,
it's true. I think you go 8 and above.
I know, you say 10. You say 10.
10's a fair answer. Like, 10 will work every time, but I think,
Like, if you want to be like a little coy, fine. 8.5, 9. But really, you say 10.
Yeah. Or you can be funny and say 1, which implies the 10.
Yeah. Fair, but don't do that either.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's one too many steps.
Like, I'm telling you, late night tent, just hit him with the flattery.
Mikey Johnston 100%. Tips, the 10 works every time.
I'm telling you. That was, yeah. I do think I'm feeling better about Dina this episode than last episode.
Yeah.
Like, do I still think she's a problem? 100%.
Problem in what way? She's problematic.
She's problematic.
She's
I'm for
problematic.
Ellie. I think again Ellie deserves a partner who's less slippery.
Hey, just a sec. Speaking of less slippery, speaking of manly men, let's talk about Jesse for a second.
Kind of jacked. Am I right?
I wrote this down. He is built. I also wrote down he is Paul from Beef. You know Beef? Remember Beef?
No, I don't know Beef.
The Netflix show, Stephen Yoon. Did you watch it?
Oh, I do.
Paul, his brother, the crypto brother. That's him.
Oh, that's 100% true. You know what I wrote? I wrote, bro is kind of jacked.
Yeah.
So I think we're in lockstep over here.
Yeah. Well, let's
like
just
when
say
he's hammering that post. Oh,
here on the Plimbo podcast, game recognizes game.
yeah. In fact, my estimation of Jesse has risen a lot.
He's a level-headed guy.
I think that, and I think he's been a good friend to Ellie. Like, he's helping her with the boxing. I believe he voted for her. I think he was one of the yeses. I think
it's tough to say. He had some, little subliminal mess. He hangs his head down, kind of. I don't know if that's because they were losing or if that's because.
Does he have a stick up his ass? 100%. But I do think when the chips are down, he's going to do the right thing.
And also, he's in a leadership position. You kind of got to have a stick up your ass. Comes with the job.
That's true. That is true. Now, let's talk about the cookies for a second.
Okay.
They've really got everything in this society. They've got ovens. They've got chocolate. They've got sugar.
Beer.
They've got flour. They've got beer. I was a little skeptical that you could just whip up a batch of chocolate chip cookies.
I guess they got eggs. They got chickens.
Eggs are like the easiest thing to get.
Yeah, but I guess they're milling flour somehow.
Well, how are they getting the sugar? You told me they're growing sugar in Wyoming?
I guess that would be the hardest thing to acquire, huh?
That or the chocolate. The chocolate, I mean...
Was there chocolate?
They do not grow chocolate in the U.S.
That might be the most... It's true. The cookies might be the most unbelievable part thus far.
I think it'd be more realistic for them to make bullets than chocolate chip cookies.
We get the sugar cane from Atlanta.
Now, I don't know. I enjoyed Dina going through and listing all of the stuff, all the names. When she's like Maddie, Owen, Nora, Abby. They're from WLF. They're out of Seattle. And then I was like, okay, here's a question for you. When they panned over Seattle, were you like, damn, this is home?
I was okay. So I do want to talk about the Seattle stuff. So I looked it up because I'm like, damn, it looked it looked off a little bit. When they're like on I-5 or wherever they're supposed to be looking into Seattle, it looked a little off. I'm like, huh. I'm like, did they film this here? I feel like I would have seen them on the streets filming, and I looked it up. They filmed it all in Vancouver. None of it.
No.
None of it was.
Really?
None of it was filmed in Seattle. It was all filmed in Vancouver.
That sucks.
I did think the scene with I don't know who it is. It's like Owen or whatever his name is up on the Space Needle was pretty cool. I'm like, that's a great lookout tower. But I also thought to myself though, he's got to climb up and down that ladder every time. There's no way the elevator works.
I don't know. They got ovens working in the other one. I was impressed by their little army. They got a lot of goons.
Yeah, I want to talk about that for a second. I wrote down why.
Like, who are they fighting?
Yeah, what? You're just burning gasoline to drive this tank down the street. Why?
So true.
Why are they?
And those things just just absolutely rip through
Yeah,
it.
for what reason? Like, what is this tank patrol? Like, what you fending off other like invading armies? It was strange to me that it seems like such a waste.
Yeah, you would think you would need like a real group to fight. The people on the trail with the scars on their faces and the hammers.
Yeah,
It's kind of cool. I like that. I mean, I thought the scars were dumb,
they all have the
but
Joker scars.
well, like how many people die of infection every time they like
Every-
a certain percentage of it just don't make them, right?
Well, their prophet maybe is Heath Ledger's Joker, and they watched The Dark Knight
Honestly,
Rises
that would be
on
nuts.
cassette on a VHS, and they're like, he is the prophet, and they follow his rules.
Listen. Joker was in The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises was Bane.
Sorry, my bad. I apologize.
So I'm gonna need you to retract that.
I
fucking
will
statement.
retract. I retract my rises. Yeah, they had bald Legolas. I wrote that down.
Who's bald Legolas?
When they showed there's the first guy with a bow
with the whistle.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's bald Legolas. Then I saw the
I
rest
was
of
kind
them,
of
and
getting like a Nordic vibe.
yeah, I was kind of
Almost
hoping
like-
that was gonna be like a single guy that was cool with like a bow and arrow, and then they showed everyone else, and I was a little less interested.
I enjoyed the scene. I thought it added a little flavor. I wanted to know a little bit more. Now, I don't think this was WLF that did it.
I don't think so either. I wrote down, if it was them, they killed a kid, kill them all.
Yeah, it's just so out of behavior, so out of character for Abby's group that it's hard to imagine.
Right, they didn't kill Ellie when they had every reason to.
Yeah, they didn't kill Dina, they didn't kill Ellie, so there must be another WL or a wolf or I don't know, some fucking shit.
Some sort of, maybe there was some schism in the wolves, and now there's an evil group of them and Abby's group. I don't know.
Yeah, and maybe that's where this group is going at the end of the episode.
You want to talk us for a sec about
We want to talk about Seth?
who's Seth?
Who's Seth? Seth is the guy who
You have the cane?
calls them dykes.
Yeah. So I wrote
then-
okay, yeah, we can talk about that courtroom scene. I said it's nice that the lesbians and MAGA folk can agree on unequal violence towards strangers.
Oh, I thought this was quite the redemption arc for Seth.
Yeah, no, it was cool. You know, he gets even they do a little like respect handshake at the end.
Yeah, I enjoyed his sense of honor and integrity. It kind of reminded me of Marlo Stanfield from The Wire.
Okay.
No, you haven't seen.
A
but some of our
show.
listeners-
Yeah, it's a show I haven't seen, but I believe you.
Like, oh, you got to watch The Wire. But anyway, and then Rachel was the first one with the baby,
Yeah.
where she's like, "Who's gonna man the wall?" Like, you will, bitch. Get your fucking gun and get up there. What are you talking about? Who's gonna man the wall?
I also I agree. I wrote this down also. You start your speech with a crying baby, people aren't going to like the speech. They're already pissed off.
No, that was calculated.
Oh, you think so? Is that I have a
Yeah,
child?
yeah.
Listen to me.
Yeah, that was we're vulnerable. But honestly, I'm like, this was Joel. You're
Yeah.
not gonna get revenge?
And you can see, I mean, from the flowers on the house, all the people that showed up, a lot of people like this guy.
Well, he seemed like a real pillar of the community.
Yeah.
And also, what if they come back? Like, nobody knows that it was a Joel assassination because Joel killed the hospital people.
Yeah.
All they know is a group came in and assassinated a prominent member of society.
It's
What
true.
if it's Tommy next?
If that happened in this country, they'd be bombed.
We'd have invaded Iraq.
Yeah.
Like-
Exactly.
Like they would have come from Seattle. We would have invaded California. It would have been a whole thing.
It would have been a whole thing. 100%.
And then who was the other one? Carlisle.
Who's
It's
that?
like the
Who's
name.
that?
I just wrote down Carlisle and
Oh,
Soft,
he was the Asian guy, or I think
the old
so.
one.
The old guy. He stands up. He's like, give some Jesus talk, soft.
Turn the other cheek, maybe. What he said? He said something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Mm.
Too
Now,
soft. Yeah.
I that was a very, very soft. I didn't like that. Now, another thing I didn't like. Why is this a secret ballot? Like, you would think in a community this small, they would go and do yays and nays rather than, secretly they'll write down your
Well, that's
vote
another
and
thing.
pass it in.
Are these council members elected, or,
They must be.
or are they chosen?
I mean, I suspect they're elected.
Okay.
There's just no way that the main woman, name I don't remember, Tommy's wife,
Yeah,
wouldn't have it that way.
it's true.
Like, although, you know, we talked about this in episode 1. I'm happy to see more of the community dynamics, whereas you thought they would all be dead. So I feel like they are answering some questions.
It's true. We do get a little more of that. I feel like we're never gonna see them again, though.
I would bet money we do.
I hope we see Tommy again, though. The
No,
more
there's
the more we see
yeah.
Tommy, I like Tommy.
We're gonna see Jesse again. We're gonna see Tommy again. This is not the end.
I wrote this down. Ellie spends 3 months in the hospital. Would she get kicked one time?
Yeah, I didn't. It looks like they broke her fucking rib cage or something. I didn't get it. How she couldn't breathe? They barely touched her.
I mean, maybe the guy who kicked her like broke her ribs, punctured a lung or something. I don't know. That's like the most I could think of.
It really didn't look that bad during the episode.
Yeah. But
considering they just gave Dina a little tranquilizer.
Yeah, but like whatever, I guess. I don't know.
I also think they're burning through drugs. I couldn't believe. Ellie wakes up, starts freaking out, and they give her more tranquilizer. It's like this stuff doesn't grow on trees. You're not going to get any more.
It's coming in the shipment with the sugar cane from Atlanta.
Oh, right.
Don't worry, they'll have more. I don't even remember this, but the little baseball scene where Gail's drinking beers in the outfield.
Great scene.
I wrote this down. Number 9, the kid they show hitting the T-ball. What was that? That kid should be running laps.
When he falls over?
Yeah, that kid should be running laps for that piss poor performance. Come on.
I really enjoyed that one. What'd you say? It not much worse than the 03 Tigers. That was a good line.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, I just...
You know what? This therapist is quick on her feet.
I could see you doing the therapist's job in society.
So could I. 100%. I gotta actually stop walking down that road. Do you ever just like get a little too sad boy for too long?
Happens, yeah.
I know you have. I don't know why.
You get a little too introspective, I think.
Yeah, I gotta pop out. And then you wake up and you're like, it's got to be annoying as fuck for other people.
Oh yeah.
So.
Jeez, I mean, but that's and those people though can just drink more and smoke weed. It's okay. Really, you're pushing them towards alcoholism.
Someone's got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's got it. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna shape up.
I get that.
Maybe I'll have my little Joker arc.
Oh, you could have your own scars.
I could have my own scars. I could become the bad boy of podcasting.
Uh-oh. Mikey Johnston's coming out. What's he gonna say this time? They'll do a slur counter for your podcast.
Damn.
The goal is to break a record every week.
You're just only going up.
Yeah. Let it all out, man. Also, so just since we talked about this last week, the Eugene character, it was determined his existence was only there purely to give them Firefly location knowledge.
Oh, I think you're right. It's a good point. Good poll.
They built him, they built him up a little bit, I think, just so Dina could be like, "Oh yeah, when I talked to Eugene, he told me that these people exist and they live here." um, so I guess that's why he exists. I don't think we'll ever hear about him again.
No, I think that you're right on. Well, Dina might go back to the pocket, but
We'll see.
and be like, "Oh, that the leader of the wolf is called Jeffrey. Eugene told me that." Some shit like that.
Yeah. Who is this
What
guy? I
excuses
gotta see him.
All right, you have anything left in your notes here?
One last thing. Ellie leaves coffee beans on Joel's grave.
I thought that was sweet. I like that.
Is that significant though? What is that? Is that a
Oh,
callback?
back in season 1, they're camping, and he introduces her to coffee. She doesn't like it. She eventually starts to like it. It's a callback.
Oh, okay. All right.
You should have done your season 1 rewatch.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Damn. All right. Well,
I skipped a couple episodes.
well, my bad, guys.
Only the plot episodes for me.
Yeah. And the
No,
coffee.
I thought that was touching. And she's got his watch. She's got his gun.
Well, I mean, it's episode 3. There's only 7 episodes, right?
I know, we're almost done.
So stuff's got to be happening in the next one. I mean, they can only do so much exposition. I mean, this was a bit of an exposition, I think. Transition episode into the next.
I thought this one was pretty boring.
Yeah, not a lot happens. It was exposition, but whatever.
You know what? I think I enjoyed it more than the last episode.
Yeah,
I really feel like I was robbed.
In the last one, you were robbed of your good experience because of the spoilers. Yeah.
It would have been so good, and that was stolen from me.
I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry about
Tune in
that.
for my vendetta against Apple News Plus.
Yeah.
That's what the Joker of podcasting is gonna do.
Mikey Johnston's Joker
Anybody
podcast.
who gives a spoiler, boom, you're done. I'm gonna show up.
He's gonna take you down
with the car bomb. I'm gonna get the goons. It's over.
Oh shit. Apple TV Plus.
You're on watch.
Hey, you're on thin ice, buddy. One more of these. I don't know. You don't want to see him when he's like this.
All right. Give me a number.
Oh yeah. I don't know. 7. It was a 7 episode. There was some cool stuff. It was a lot of some emotional moments. Whatever. Dialogue heavy episode. That was good though. I gave it 7.
Yeah, I think I'm about the same. I think I gave the last one a 7.5.
Yeah.
But I think I'm about there. Yeah. It was good. It was, they got to get some stuff done next episode though.
I mean, they have to. They're after the next one's over, they're over halfway done.
And I don't know. I really don't know how this is going to end up. I assume Ellie's going to kill Abby. And I assume Dina's going to die. There's no way they're going to end up together happy.
Yeah, no shot. I am not sure.
You don't think Ellie's going to kill Abby?
I don't know.
You don't know. Why? Wait. If not, what's this all for?
Well, perhaps
this is a story of caution.
A story of realizing the things that are important.
No. What?
What's important?
You think
is weed.
She's gonna. Oh, all right.
And chocolate chip cookies from their settlement.
What I'm hearing is you think Ellie and Dina are gonna turn back.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
What do you think is gonna happen?
I don't know, man. I think that maybe Ellie will have to come to terms with Joel's death and maybe realize. I think what's gonna happen is she's gonna have to kill a lot more people to get to Abby, and maybe realize that there's some unequal. Is it really justice that she so speaks of earlier in this episode?
That was a lie.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess that was a lie.
She also said she would accept what the council decides. Didn't do that.
That was a good speech.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
not
It
good
was as good
enough.
as Seth's, but it was pretty good. Now, I think she's gonna absolutely monster mode. And maybe if I were writing it,
Uh-huh.
the way Dina dies is she gets in the way and Ellie kills her.
Like what? Like she's got her scope. She's got her scope on Abby, and then Dina just walks in front of
No,
her.
no, 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 no. At this point, the guns are gone.
Oh,
Ellie's got the knife out. She's going in, She's fighting the goons on all sides.
yeah.
Just really whacking through them. Dina grabs her on the shoulder to be like, they're all dead. Ellie spins around, cuts her around the neck. And then realizes as Dina is dying in her hands, what a horrible mistake she's made.
Oh shit.
And maybe then she doesn't kill Abby.
That'd be crazy.
But
that'd be cool.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. You got to get on this writing team.
Call me. You guys know how to find me.
You know where
Mikey
to find me.
Johnston at google.com.
Mikey Johnston, Joker Podcast. Call in. We're taking live calls. And you tell me where you want me to pull up with my goons. And we'll beat the shit out of some people with baseball bats.
Damn. Oof, sick.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I think next episode is going to be an Abby episode. That's my prediction.
Oh, Abby's perspective?
Yeah. I don't want it to be that, but that's my prediction. They're going to have to tell us a little more about these wolves, I think.
I don't think it's an Abby episode. I don't think we get another Abby episode. I think maybe we see a couple flashes, but I think it's going to be focused on Ellie from this point out.
I hope you're right. We'll see. Well,
all right.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
For joining.
Real quick, video watchers, you might be realizing there's a green screen behind Plimbo. What's that all about? Well, maybe you should tune in to I'm live streaming. I'm live streaming Blueprints, this fun puzzle game. We've been making some progress over the weekend. I'll probably be live streaming it this week in the evenings. So if you want to tune in to me solving some puzzles rather poorly, please come on in. We've been having a good time, and yeah. So
yeah, it's some good stuff.
It's some good stuff. You heard here.
Mikey's been in the chat.
Mikey, maybe you could even talk to Mikey live in the chat.
Don't get your hopes up.
Ask him about Apple TV Plus.
All right. Let us dive on out.
Dive on out.